let's talk about desperate PR tactics. Two people, Gabrielle Union and Sukihana, have exhibited desperate PR tactics as of late. And we're going to talk about it. By now, you guys have seen this interview with Gabrielle Union talk about splitting 50-50 with her husband. Let me play the clip. Is it right here?
I'm curious, at what point did you develop that first sense of security and that the work is coming and as long as I keep knocking it out, there's gonna be more, and there isn't this sort of sense of the rug is could still be pulled out?
I struggle with that still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, well, what does that mean? Am I gonna have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming, like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household, because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, bitch. You better work. You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat. Come on, you gotta work. And it's hard. It's hard to let that go.
So there's no way that you can tell me that this woman did not know what she was doing and what she was saying when she said that part. Because anybody that's on the internet understands that right now there's a whole gender war going on with the Black community. And a lot of these celebrities, they tap into what's trending, and they put discord, they put, conversations around it. They address these things. And they know that they say one thing, it's going to be picked up by the blogs, it's going to be picked up by the YouTube commentary channels, it's going to be picked up by everyone, and that gives them more attention and more clout. Now, why on earth would Miss Gabrielle Union want clout? Well, she has a Netflix movie coming out. We find out that she has a Netflix movie coming out. Dropped days after she did that, days after, maybe like a week after she did that interview. And it's a long interview. People might not even think of it, but these are tactics. They know how it goes. We take the clips on the internet. They know that she knew that she's saying her and Dwayne Wade, who's worth $170 million. She's worth, they say, about $50 million. She very much knew that had to, that has to have put attention. That's going to get attention. Because people are going to talk about a Black couple. She knows what she's doing when she's saying that. She knows what she's doing. And she's using that to promote her movie. Now, there's the other person is Miss Sukihana. This went viral about a month ago or so. Let me play it.
And I with Diddy. And one thing about me, I feel like I'm Young Miami. I love when the piss on me. That was a real y'all scared to talk about what the y'all like, because y'all so worried about what these bitches gonna think. Baby, if you piss on me, make sure you get my hair done after. Yeah. Piss on me, piss in my mouth. Let me piss on his mouth. Let me piss in your mouth, fart in your face. I want to on top of your hair and rub it in. I like to open my legs, squat my ass over his face, and give me a nice little fart in.
So, the funny thing about Sukihana is that, her song, so that was about 3 weeks ago, her song dropped, Eatin', Sukihana, Eating. I'm sure by now you guys have heard this song. It drops about a week after. No, exactly, the song dropped exactly when. Let me just play the part that's like poppin', that everyone knows.
Eating a nigga ass, eating a nigga ass, we be eating niggas ass.
So it's very much on brand, right? Her saying that, she's directly promoting her song. The funny thing is that when she said that statement, I did not know she was a rapper. I didn't know who she was, I guess people knew she was on Love and Hip Hop or whatever. I did not. All I knew at the time was her face. I had seen her face before on Instagram, and I don't know where or when. In the blogs, they talk about her. I don't know this woman. I didn't know this woman from nothing. And all of a sudden, you get into this rabbit hole. Now she says this, ridiculous thing that makes everybody talk about her. All the blogs, all the YouTube commentary channels, all the podcasts. Everyone's talking about her. And now all of a sudden, she, has this song, Eaten, and now we're paying attention. So this is a tactic that is used. It's a cheap trick. And, I'm not saying it's like a terrible thing, but it's a cheap trick. The Beyoncés use tricks like this, but they're more classy about it. They're more strategic about it. They don't come out and say things themselves, but they use ways to get us talking about them, right? But in this is just low-hanging fruit, like unimaginative, just cheap tricks, and people fall for it all the time. So I guess this is just something to let you guys know about, to be alert. Whenever some celebrity says something outrageous that you're wondering, why would you even say that? Ask yourself, did they just drop a movie? Are they going to drop a movie? And if the answer is yes, well, that's your answer. And to me, it's kind of crazy how people's morals are working these days. I mean, I guess like people have always been willing to sell their souls for money. But for me, it's just like the way that you're willing to let the world perceive you for a check is kind of crazy to me. And I don't live my life caring about how people perceive me. But if I know I'm saying some stuff that's not true about myself, I'm not, like, have some integrity. Have some integrity. And don't come out and position yourself in a negative way just because you're trying to sell stuff. Because, yeah, maybe you'll get the attention, but, like, is that going to last? I think with Sukihana, it's going to last. She's a musician. Her song is humorous. What she said is disgusting. But it makes us... I bet you she doesn't even like any of the stuff she was talking about. Even Young Miami retracted her statement about liking to be pissed on. She did that too. But now with Gabrielle Union, I don't know. I feel like with Gabrielle Union, it's just like I put Gabrielle Union on the same sort of pedigree as the greats, the Black excellence, she's going to all these like prestigious events. She's on that level of the Beyoncés in terms of like, respect the Will and Jada's. She's up there. So you don't need to make these cheap tricks just to get us talking about you. And it might be true that she's splitting the bill with her husband. Why do we need to know that? Why are you oversharing about your personal life? Just to sell some stuff. I get it. Netflix is going to want to... I get it. She talks about her insecurities a lot. And she talks about how, like, in Hollywood, they never casted her in important roles. But they never casted her there. They never respected her in those positions. But the Black community always rooted for her. And I think she's trying to prove to Netflix with the release of her new movie that she has that impact. And she did that by, getting us to talk about her. And it probably is going to work. But when we lose respect for you, is that worth it? Because as an actor, you're supposed to be likable for people to really root for you. And I guess she might think controversy sells, with Jada and Will and their controversy. But I don't know, because the people that are supposed to be rooting for you, Gabrielle Union, they have lost respect for you because you're coming off as this Black strong woman that I think Gen Z, millennials, we're tired of those narratives. We're about the soft life. That's what our generation is about. So you're not really tapping into this generation's what they really want. They don't want to hear about the woman, the Black woman that's splitting 50-50 with her rich man. And this idea that in the Black culture that women have to share the bills with men, that doesn't happen in any other culture. Not as much as in fact, not just share the bills. Black women probably pay most of the bills. People want to divorce themselves from that standard in the Black community. And her being at the top and her sort of promoting that imagery or promoting that lifestyle that so many Black women are trying to get away from and You know, that's why there's a whole divestment community of black women that are just dating outside of their race because they don't want to have to be expected to go 50-50. Like, look, I'm Nigerian American, and in Nigeria, there's no way that a woman is paying 50-50. It's not going to happen. You know, but in black American culture, that's a normal thing. But a lot of people have issues with that. And so she has just, the people that are coming to root for her are not impressed. You know, her movies are romantic comedy. It's for women, not men. They're not impressed. So I don't know. Like, yeah, we're going to talk about her. It's going to get her attention, but she's going to get our respect. And as you do these things, you're losing our respect. So don't do cheap tricks that goes against what your audience want from you. Know your audience and serve your audience. That's really just what I have to say. Let me know your thoughts about these cheap tricks. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all the above. You're watching Brand Video Pro, and I'm your host, Ken Mo, and I'll see you next time. Peace.